What's up, fellas? I'm Malicious Female Fan Steve Malicious here, back with the Weekly Tech Tussle for week ending October the 9th, 2021. As you know, the Weekly Tech Tussle is a roundup of stories that didn't necessarily warrant videos of their own, but still things that I wanted to comment on, and of course, hear your opinions in the comment section down below. So let's talk about some news stories. 3 this week. First up, Samsung with their Exynos chip, or the next generation of Exynos chips, will be featuring ray tracing. And the only reason why I found this interesting is because it kind of draws the battle lines. I was wondering what was going to happen. You have Google with the Pixel with the Tensor chip, which I understand isn't completely custom. It's kind of like, the best way I can explain it is going to Build-A-Bear, right? It's custom in that you get to pick the parts, but you're only picking the parts that are available there. You don't walk in with a drawing and say, I would like these parts on my bear. You're picking from the selection they already have. But they are making it more photo and video intensive. Then you have Apple with their custom lineup of chips from scratch. You have the optimizations there for battery life. They're doing photo and video as well. So that was kind of getting saturated. So Samsung, listen, there's a void. There's these gaming phones, but they're not necessarily tailored chip-wise for the advanced stuff like ray tracing. So perhaps Samsung, in an effort to differentiate itself, create a bit of a competitive advantage with the next generation of phone devices, are going to say, hey, listen, you want a game, you're a big gamer on your phone, you're going to have the high resolution displays with the high refresh rate, beautiful contrast and all the rest of it. We're going to add ray tracing and high-end gaming features to that as well. So I can certainly see that happening. So that's why that struck me as interesting, as they kind of draw the line in the sand. Here's what we're going to go to battle on, while Google and Apple go to battle when it comes to photo and video and all the rest of it. Okay, Nokia feels the need to take their mediocrity that they've had with phones for the past years over to tablets. So they announced their T20 tablet, which is going to be a budget offering, about $250. It'll have a MediaTek processor, which is fine, 81 or 8200 milliamp hour battery, which is nice, 1080p display from what I saw, 1200 by 2000, something like that. Stock Android, which is kind of the issue there. You're going to need software support. Android tablets have always been a problem. Other people have taken stabs at this in the past. You have Xiaomi, you had the Huawei tabs back in the day, Android tablets. They're in the right price range. There's certainly an area there, and there's a void there in the market that could be filled by a decent Android tablet sub $300, because you really only have the Amazon Fire tablets, which part of the reason they're so successful, besides the price at that $150 price range, is the fact that Amazon built that ecosystem around it. They kind of tailor Android to that tablet experience, whereas Google doesn't have a tablet. All right, there's no real reason for stock Android to be tailored to tablets, so you wonder about how that implementation's going to go. But you have basically Amazon at the $150 range. Then you have, if you're going over that $330 range, it's a no-brainer. Nobody beats an iPad, just the standard original iPad. They have the iOS around it, or iPad OS around it. They have the ecosystem environment that they've built around it with the apps. So there is that gap in there, right? Because you're getting over $330 with Android tablets, $500. You're competing with a heck of a lot. But I think that $150 to $300 range, if you're able to really get in there with a quality supported product, I think you're really, really going to have a shot. Okay, next one up, as we let the people randomly pass by with the noise outside. I know, an actual edit in a Steve Malicious Tech video, it's nuts, but there was a bunch of noise outside, so I wanted to cut it there for a second and then keep going. So, two-factor authentication being the default for Google signups, and I think all accounts or whatever it happens to be. Look, I like this. It's not mandatory, not required, just the default when you're signing up. So if you're somebody who doesn't like it for whatever reason, could always go in and change it. But I like it being the default for those who aren't necessarily technologically inclined, those who don't watch videos, reading articles on cybersecurity and all the rest of it, because when you hear about it at first, they might initially be a little bit intimidated by it. But if it's the default, they get used to using it. It'll actually protect a lot of their other accounts. If they say, hey, well, I use it for Google, I might as well use it for Discord, Steam, whatever it happens to be. I like it. You're not only protecting yourself with it, you're protecting your other information, friends, family, all the rest of it, from these hacks and stuff like that. If they send out a million emails, troll emails, and then all of a sudden your grandma's clicking on links that she shouldn't and getting viruses in her computer and whatever else. So I do like it. I like getting people more used to two-factor authentication. It works great. I've had it stop numerous account hacks on Discord, that's for sure. And you love it because you don't have to go crazy with these 90-letter passwords and uppercase and lowercase, wherever. You can have a decently strong password, and then you just get that little text or that notification when you have to log in or whatever, or someone's trying to log in without you allowing them. Google makes it pretty easy. For all the things they do two-factor authentication pretty well. So I'm comfortable with that. I like it. I think it's going to protect a lot of people that otherwise wouldn't necessarily be protected by not having it. If you've made it this far, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Until next time, have that Steve-alicious day.